A frog is any member of a diverse and largely carnivorous group of short-bodied, tailless amphibians.
No, Tucker, not that frog.
What do you mean then? The Frogs, the 1980 Milwaukee-based rock band?
No, not 1980s comedy rockers, the Frogs.
Not Kurt Cobain's favorite band? The
No,
Frogs?
not the guys who made I've Got Drugs in the Mist, which we can listen to for a quick second.
I've done drugs that would blow your mind tonight. Real fine tonight.
Not those guys, actually. We're talking about a different duo called Frog, Tucker.
These the guys, these guys that wrote Judy Garland?
Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan, you know them.
Yeah, the song about the figure skater.
Yes. Welcome, everybody, to a new series on our channel. This is the most underrated band of the 2010s. We're talking about Frog.
Frog is a band from New York City.
Yeah.
Of Dan Bateman and Thomas White.
Exactly. Dan Bateman on vocals, Thomas
Guitar.
White, and guitar as well.
Yeah.
Tom White on drums.
Yeah.
Formed in the late 2000s, early 2010s. They met in college in 2005 in New York. And then are just like a chill indie rock band.
Yeah, they made...
I know that at the time of... in 2015, 2016, they both worked together at an electronics factory.
Crazy.
While they were making their most popular album, Kind of Blonde, 2015.
Yeah. They, their first EP came out in 2013.
Yep.
Self-titled.
Yeah, it got some buzz, but really almost all of their fans are in England.
Why do people in England like Frog?
Instead of, even though they're a New York band, born and raised, a lot of their fans are in England because that's where the album got put out by the label.
Yeah, and there was a writer, insert the name here. I think it was like Gold Flake something.
Alright. He's all of this. He's the only reason,
So I'm Tom, and I run a website called Gold Flake Paint, and I think I was probably the only person to write about Frog's first record.
The name of the
I'll
blog.
throw it on there.
But he wrote about them and like
that's
helped
like
them,
what
like,
got
truly.
people interested.
Yeah. But very like
a favorite of ours.
Yeah.
A very American band.
Just truly comedic, like excellent poetic writing. Just one of those things that really resonates with me. Like I've been a fan for a while. Like just one of my little deep cut bands like that. I'm always like, these guys need more attention. Like more people need to be talking about this.
That's what we're here to do today. We're here to show y'all Frog. This is a band we love that we've been diving into recently.
They're slept on.
And they're slept on. Most underrated band of the 2010s, y'all. We'll start at the self-titled EP.
Yeah, just
move to Kind of Blonde. Then we'll talk about the newer albums as well.
These like whiny guitars, like simplistic. It's two guys in the band, like literally.
No, it's that's my favorite.
There's no bassist.
Thing about the band is that they make such a complete sound with only two guys.
Pretty wild.
Tom on drums, Dan Whalen and playing the guitar, and that's all you need.
His voice is so amazing.
He's a very unique vocalist as well.
You know, head chopped off like Ichabod Crane. And you know it's a good band when Spotify doesn't even have the lyrics.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fact. Like the AI hasn't even gotten to it yet. Like we're putting on the computers onto this one. Like
I mean, as far as like what is it called, SEO or whatever, like when you Google something and like whether it comes up or not.
It's a horrible band name to find.
It's not great.
When you look up Frog Live on YouTube, you still don't even get this band.
You see like 10-hour clips of a frog in nature.
Yeah, I saw like I'll put some of this on the screen as well. I saw a YouTube video called Frog Fest 2013.
That sounds
was one of the
sick.
first things that came up. Absolutely baffling, the stuff that was happening in there.
Was it actual frogs?
It was like just some weird psychedelic fest, I think.
Sick.
Yeah. Another band that we've talked about on here a lot is Wednesday.
Sure.
And they put out a tweet when the Wednesday TV show just came out That's
nice.
Our unsearchable band name just became even more unsearchable.
Yeah. That's fun. One of my favorite things about this band is just the writing is amazing.
The songwriting is
Truly
great.
Amazing.
In this interview, Dan Bateman described how important songwriting is to him, and it comes through.
Yeah. Head chopped off like Ichabod Crane. Oh, the things I'd do again. Tongue hacked out like Helen Keller. Oh, if I can only tell her.
Oh, if I could only tell her. Yeah, it starts going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
both of these first two albums, the builds that they come to on these tracks are just so explosive.
But I like this quote on their Spotify.
Yeah, give it to him.
I was taken aback by its apparent simplicity. A simplicity that first masked a wealth of subtle nuances, nostalgic narratives that were enough to make listeners lament growing up anywhere other than suburban America.
It's hard to do, and that's where it appeals to the British kids, I guess.
Yeah. There was an interview I was reading with him with Dan, saying like the same, like how like Americans are Anglophiles or whatever. Like I guess some British people are like fantasize about I don't know. There's something compelling about it.
I think it's just so different from the way of life that you live. And I know we listen to a lot of British music, interested in that.
Yeah. Well, maybe for Americans, this kind of thing is too much.
The difference from the musical scene that's happening here at the moment, like it's got very Americana roots. And there are a lot of bands in the UK who are trying to emulate that, but it's not authentic. They're not, they're British bands.
And the sound starts spreading between a crowd at a certain place at a certain time. You can't always put a thumb on it. But yeah, I didn't even realise they weren't big in the US, to be honest. Because we listen to them, you don't know how big someone is, you just think they're great, don't you?
Oh, it's always the way. Always the way. Every band gets big in London before the US.
I don't want to make some big generalizations about America. They're just missing the subtlety, obviously. The subtlety of prog is what makes London love.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think New York will one day follow. And the rest of the states.
What's more American than Jesus?
There simply isn't anything.
Yeah.
You know what is actually? Chuck E. Cheese. The first line off this track, just a classic.
I mean, this instrumental.
Mary threw Jesus a party at Chuck E. Cheese and invited all the moms from the A and B.
And kids thought it was gay and called him a freak. They filled up his book bag with nacho cheese. It's such beautiful storytelling.
It's like just a great image. I love listening. This is probably my favorite song off this album. It's just so hilarious. There's some great lines on here.
I can't cross the streams.
I love a song that can be so comedic but also heartfelt at the same time. Because when you hit that chorus, it's just, and why are you all alone all alone tonight? It gets you thinking at the same time making you laugh. Jesus started jerking off when he was 12.
just real shit to his Sears catalog.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean every line is so dense. He rewound and played back the scene from Animal House where Jim Belushi pulled off the cute girl's blouse.
Classic scene. I know exactly what he's talking about.
And then
there is really that's another just such an American movie. Animal House.
The most American. And I love. Then he it's about Jesus, the song.
Yes.
And he invited John the Baptist over to watch it. And put a pillow barricade up. It's crazy.
Just hilarious. Imagining Jesus in a modern context is just funny. It's just
Jesus
simply funny.
Going to school.
Dan Bateman said he takes a lot of inspiration from 90s indie rock bands like Pavement and the whole scene, which that makes sense.
That Jesus song was very Malcolmist.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. And another funny quote from this article. Let me figure out which website it is. SCAD Radio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll link it in the description. But he also said he's a huge fan of Lil Wayne as just a lyricist who, hey, Lil Wayne makes some hilarious punchlines too. Yeah. That tracks as well.
Definitely.
Well, this next song is called Nancy Kerrigan. It's about a figure skater. We're Frog. Thank you. Good night.
This one's got like a Zeppelin feel or something, honestly.
It's just a great groove at the beginning here. And just more just funny ass lines, but also like so specific that they have to be true. Like they're just so heartfelt that like they connect with me for that reason.
Yeah.
When he goes, choked down a Clarendon, thought back to Oregon when she wore her cardigan, just like Nancy Kerrigan.
Choked down a Clarendon. Just like sing this on stage, just like so funny.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that line, when she wore her cardigan just like Nancy Kerrigan, like it hits me hard for some reason. It's like, just makes me think of all the times I've seen someone wearing a cardigan, you know, like
just like
Nancy, man. When they broke her legs over your Frosted Flakes.
I mean, I guess the story is like Tonya Harding hired a
hit out on Nancy Kerrigan to get rid of her biggest competition for the Olympics.
I don't go deep on Tonya Harding. I don't. God bless.
Nothing more American than this. And the Dallas Cowboys blues.
It's just like so ironically, like, I don't know, like.
We talk about like a Bruce Springsteen on here on like ironic Americana. And we're like, some people don't get that Bruce Springsteen's being ironic there. Frog is being so incredibly ironic when they sing God Bless the State of Texas.
But like, there's also like heart coming from, like, it's like.
No, I mean,
it's like bless the Dallas Cowboys
seeps through.
blue,
Like, honestly, like there is something to appreciate there about being American.
It's beautiful. Like, you know, you're an edgy like suburban kid driving past like all these American flags. Like this song hits. Like it's like it's real. It's real. But like you can't appeal to the masses, unfortunately, with like
true.
I don't know.
And I like just the sentiment of. As Americans putting our prayers into Nancy Kerrigan. Like she's like becomes like this worshipped figure almost of in the same way like the American flag is or the Dallas Cowboys blue is like kind of how Jesus is almost. Like it's a figure that's like bigger than all of us as Americans.
Nancy Kerrigan.
We put our prayers into Nancy Kerrigan to solve our loneliness.
Yeah. They have great songs about like famous female celebrities.
That's a great motif. Having a song about Nancy Kerrigan and a song about Judy Garland.
It's amazing,
Something really, really hard. Thought back to Oregon, where she wore her cardigan, just like Nancy Kerrigan. When they broke her legs over frosted flakes, the mind's a beautiful thing to waste.
There's like an emo, kind of Midwest emo kind of vibe throughout. I mean, like, that's fair to say. It's that Queens emo, you know?
Oh, yeah. That Midwest of the city of New York emo. Like on the Midwest side of the
Midwest side of the fourth borough.
Of the fourth borough of New York City, you know?
Yeah. Beautiful, like it just like
sounds
Modest
great.
Mouse,
Exactly. It's just it's early 2000s indie rock. I made a playlist recently. It's songs that sound like a road trip. Modest Mouse was the first song that got added on there, and Frog fits right into that vein. It sounds like you're in a car, looking onward, continuing life, going forward.
Wow, this part is so good.
The guitar on this section is just so good.
That screaming.
Night I fucking killed him.
I mean, it's hilarious. It's like dark as fuck.
And you know it didn't change shit. It didn't change anything.
Crazy.
I fucking killed a man, but it's like just the same idea. Life continues. There's nothing I can do about it now.
It's beautiful,
you know?
Beautiful chorus.
It's just rubbernecking.
It starts to go.
work, I earn your shirt.
And if you're not listening closely, it's just like a beautiful little indie rock song.
Yeah.
But it's also like about like a car crash.
A car crash where you killed someone, then hey, you still got to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, like a little hit and run.
I love this shit.
I'm a fat boy. I'm Aladdin. I'm a bad boy, motherfucker.
Look me in the eye, boy. I fucked to kill.
Fuck to kill.
I'm Davy Crockett.
We're a nowhere band with nowhere fans, and we live near Manhattan Island.
We're a nowhere band.
Nowhere band
with nowhere fans
on Manhattan Island.
Who comes up with that bar?
Manhattan Island. It's just like it kind of catalogs like the dreams of any indie band who wants to make it big. You want people to be looking for your interviews from when you were young,
which we're doing.
Your first rehearsal tapes. And the excellent part is I literally was searching YouTube looking for like early Frog recordings.
Guys, you just got to get the SEO, the search.
You do,
you got to optimize that.
They didn't know it in 2013.
Find the rehearsal tapes. Yeah. But no, this is like Elliott Smith, that little bit.
That little the vocal passage.
But no, it was like beautiful. Like just they go to these little gigs where like they have a handful of fans that like really care about their music.
Yeah, people from like across the world, across the swamp, if you will.
Yeah.
Who like genuinely do see them in this way, and kind of how we do. Like,
I mean,
we really admire this band.
Yeah, but like they're not on a major label. Like they're they're not everyone knows about them. And I think that's part of their charm. Like it's something about like
they encompass just what every band is. Like it's just a little couple of dudes.
Yeah, just trying to make
something beautiful together. Yeah. They want other people to care, but it's okay if no one else does.
You know all those moments when you're like, here's what I would say to an interviewer if they ever thought to ask me a question.
Oh, totally, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, now that people ask me questions, I don't have to have those embarrassing moments where I have to like make up some interviewer in my mind to ask me a question so I can think of a good answer.
That must feel kind of good.
It feels incredible. Yeah. You don't feel like a horrible person for ever having these thoughts.
Your fantasies have been validated.
But like, to be honest, like we'll go back to work and we'll just be losers again.
We could start with probably the song most people know if they know this band at all, like Judy Garland. I've been listening to this song for a long time. Like it's truly one of my favorite songs. Like not even capping.
This is the first song I listened to because Tucker
said you
put
have
me
to
on.
listen
You have to listen to Frog. Like
no, it's something just so like dreamlike. Like just
that. Even this the way the first guitar.
Jesus couldn't quell the pains of America.
Jesus couldn't quell the pains of America and trucks and trains. Just spitting on
American music, rapping
like Lil Wayne,
Goldwyn Mayer, Fred Astaire,
looking back at 50s, 60s America and just this strange light with its twangy ass voice.
Yeah. To sing about Goldwyn Mayer is so crazy.
That's where Frog is different from everyone else, y'all. Like no one else is singing songs like this. And with this just insane chorus of Judy Garland hit the bathroom floor of her cold apartment above a Chelsea store and all the drag queens and all the whores, to this chorus right here.
They couldn't get her back up off her laurels. The song's amazing. Like,
just when it all comes together in that chorus and he's wailing Judy, it's like, just sounds great.
Yeah.
These bells here.
Yeah, this song also just has more production, like
compared to that first album.
Yeah,
like this album and this song especially, like there's so many more components that all come together to make more complete songs.
The song sort of has like dream pop vibe, like it's like so like airy.
Yeah,
like,
you have like some synths on here as well with the bells, but at the end it's still Frog. It's the two-man band, drums, guitar, Waylon Dan. No, I like how you described it before of this is a song to just push fully down on the gas too. Like when this chorus comes in, just head on
like,
into what's next.
Your brain just like racing through the past and like the future, like just like images in your mind. I love the line, watch it float down like a boogie board.
There honestly is nothing more American than a boogie board. That's
so
it's
true.
as simple as that.
It's a different side of America, but still so American. Yeah.
Judy Garland, you're a beauty, darling. Just a simple rhyme describes the purpose of this track.
This band, no other band writes about like old, like 20th century female celebrities. Like,
and
Frog.
And it's people who deserve appreciation. Like Nancy Kerrigan was done wrong. She was simply done wrong. Judy Garland,
she was done
possibly
wrong.
even more so. She was done wrong. And she deserves our praise.
She deserves
here
a frog
in
track.
2013, 2015.
Drop below. Who else deserves?
Who deserves a frog track? Michelle Obama.
We need like a Greta Garbo track or something.
Oh, like Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg. Greta, what's her name? Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig. Just a Greta track, honestly.
Yeah.
If all dogs go to heaven.
Say what you will, like maybe New York doesn't support this band, but like to me they're so New York. Like it's so like
100%.
Like on the subway, like feeling emotional type music.
No,
like
and
it's
this is
so distinct.
And it's meant to be listened to in the cold.
Yeah.
You don't want to be listening to Frog when it's like 90 degrees out. This is meant for a cold, like northeast night.
Like this is meant for like you're miserable.
You're miserable. You're alone. You're coming home from an 8-hour shift at the.
Or you're on like a crowded subway. Like it's just people everywhere. Like.
Just like it's like an escape, honestly. It's that kind of music.
I mean that line is amazing. All dogs go to heaven. All dames ache for Daniel Day. Fuck with me, darling, and I'll
make you pay. This line as well. All dogs go to heaven. All songs end in quiet refrains.
Smart moms buy generic. Say it tastes the same. So American.
Hilarious.
All dames ache for Daniel Day is so like such a strange way to say that.
Yeah. Daniel, calling him Daniel Day also is crazy. Got the exact colors on. Look at this, man.
We just need a frog
Dude,
crying.
if you could get a frog crying like patch and sew it on there, that shirt would go crazy.
If anyone's good at embroidery, I need a little frog.
Lucky, like, hey, if you see this, Dan, like, hook us up with some frog merch.
Yeah.
These lines on here. Don't tell me where you are. Don't send me holiday cards. I'm a drop dead drunk on the FTR. I wish upon a bar.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about anything else anymore. I don't miss you. I don't even want to hear from you. I'm just gonna go get drunk at the fucking bar.
I love just him using the phrase I'm a drop dead.
I'm a drop dead drunk on the FTR.
The Franklin Delano Roosevelt highway.
Highway, of course, yeah. New York things. Yeah. For all of our English viewers, that's a highway in New York.
Yeah. Damn, it's almost Christmas time. The bartender's cutting lines. I always thought it was cutting lines. I thought that was
funny.
Fire.
Yeah. The bartender's cutting lines. He asks you about your kids. You respectfully decline. And it builds into this like screaming vocal.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I heard this, like, I don't know, like, this just like, if I heard this indie band, like, there's like these catchy choruses, like, I don't know, it's just like,
it seems like something that really could have caught on. They said that a few different times in the doc of like,
it's interesting. Yeah.
This band, it feels like something New Yorkers could get into. This feels like something that could have blown up.
Yeah, the indie scene. Like, I don't know. It also just, that doc made me like really realize like there was one guy in England that wrote an article about them. And like, that's how they got
like, any
crazy
of their fans there. Yeah, and then another English guy like put their record out on his label.
Yeah. This is crazy how that indie music works.
I guess we didn't talk about where the album name for Kings of Blah comes from, or Kind of Blah, rather. It's just straight off the Miles Davis
really
Kind of Blue.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
but we're just kind of blah.
A silly play on that.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I watched that interview with Dan. He said that. He said that he joked about that, and Tom was like, no. That's the name. We have to keep it that. That's funny.
Kind of blah.
I think it is funny because it's also kind of a description of how you're feeling in the same way Kind of Blue is. Like, yeah, I'm just feeling
pretty
feeling kind of blah
on the nose.
Yeah,
and just like a modern 2015 sentiment. Like, yeah.
2010s, we all feel like shit.
It's kind of blah.
Kind
like,
of
not
blah,
even like
honestly.
Straight sadness.
I don't feel Kind of Blue anymore.
No,
I'm not sad. It's just like
it's too simple. It's just blah. Like,
yeah. I mean, we're doing like a whole retrospective on the band here, so we can hit the other 2 albums.
Yeah.
I know that even the band doesn't really love whatever. We probably already had it.
I don't go deep on it.
No, but I do like that there's a song called American on there. They are the most American band to ever exist.
Yeah.
I like I like Bones if you want to listen to it, just a single track off there.
Sure.
But yeah, this was the last one that Tom was also involved in. Count Bateman is more of a solo project. I know he's doing stuff with his brother Steve now.
Yeah.
He's involved with the band.
Just the Count.
Did you know that you are the guardian of a part of my life that I had forgotten?
Just talking about watching Bones at the laundromat. Like, it's the most Frog thing out there. Like, come on now.
The laundromat.
Watching the TV show Bones at the laundromat. Like, come on. Just, the VA hospital that you walk by on your way to diners and beggars and Popeyes. And now did you know that you are a guardian of a part of my life that I had forgotten? Just the way that he goes in between these like strange, like specific imageries of life into like these broad, like introspective questions is just so amazing to me.
It's just, it's so real. Like, it's so, everyone's driven by a Popeyes and had deep thoughts, but whatever, we probably already had it.
Yeah, just an amazing.
It's a great album
because it kind of is a double entendre, and like the last album probably already did what we're gonna do here, and like specifically when recording this take, like whatever, we probably already had it. Like, we don't have to record this one again. We got it.
Or like
we already got the drums.
Do we even need to make another album? Like we already kind of did it.
We did it already.
Count Bateman.
I think was. I mean, I like this album as well, but Count Bateman was kind of a return to form. I really like that album,
and it's basically. Sounds very different. He did it all on his, like, he tracked it all himself. Like, I don't know. Like,
I know
he was
he was going for a very different sound.
Yeah,
and it ended up sounding still singer-songwriter-y.
But no, he's kind of forced to. Like, he lost his drummer.
Yeah, you got to change.
And like he had to kind of make it all himself.
Yeah, we can throw on Hartsdale Hotbox for the people.
What's really, really good is what I'd ask you if I could. What I'd ask you
if I could. Yeah. Singing his heart out on this one. Chilling is a virtue when you're up way past your curfew.
But no, it is kind of deeper in the mix. Like, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, the instruments kind of. Instrumentals taken.
Yeah, some guy singing over a nice indie tune.
Yeah, he said, in Count Bateman, I was doing something that I didn't really exactly achieve. I was going for something really, really out there, sort of 70s shamanistic with a drum machine. But I only had these tools that make it sound singer-songwriter-y, which held it back from getting it to where I wanted it to go fully. But even so, I hinted at it, which is a step. I mean, we're 4 years removed from this album, so interested like what he's been cooking up since.
This guy just seems to me like someone that will just keep making music.
He's never going to stop making music.
So I can't wait.
Those are my favorite kind of artists as well. Ones who, even if no one was listening, would still be doing their thing.
And who knows? Maybe like the next album pops off. Wouldn't that be crazy?
If we have anything to say about it,
wouldn't that be crazy?
Would feel bad for the homie Tom, though, for sure.
But like, we'll make a movie about it.
can't figure the mathematics of your thighs and the fucking dress. That's way they on the bitches like it's 4 a.m. and I'm depressed.
R.I.P. to the Empire State Flea Market. Like, pour one
Seriously, this also sounds like an Alex G track right here.
No, I shout out Abby, friend of the pod. This is like a frog track I really got Abby on.
Really? Hell yeah. He shouts out I-95 just as much as he shouts out Queens as well.
The FDR.
Yeah. FDR, New York shit, yo.
Yeah. Down the stairs past the mariachi records you bought and then forgot. Everyone's been there.
We've all been there. Genuinely, I probably have.
You probably have one.
Like, there's definitely some records I've bought and left in the store.
Every line on this is so sick.
just like it's slower. You got like those
harmonica?
That harmonica in there. We're going true Americana on this album.
Dylan never wrote a song about the flea market.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. Why was Dylan not talking about the Empire State Flea Market? Come on, Bob.
I just love the line, who would play you in a movie? Maybe Julia Stiles. So funny.
In that fucking dress.
Crazy.
Pat Swayze on them bitches like it's 4 a.m. and I'm depressed.
That's like one of my favorite lines. It's so good.
Those 2 lines back to back are amazing. Maybe Maggie Jill? Maggie Gyllenhaal, but he shortens it to Maggie Jill.
Maybe Maggie Jill.
Maybe Maggie Jill. I don't know who would play you in a movie. Daniel Day. Judy Garland? That's how, whenever anything kind of sounds like Frog in the future, like, oh, this sounds kind of swampy.
Swampy.
Oh, this is swampy. Are we in the swamp?
That'll be their real impact if like people start.
Oh, that sounds swampy. Yeah. Oh, that was a funny line. That's swampy.
Kind of that swampy Queen.
Oh, that sounds straight out of this Queen swamp.
I love these little outros too on this album. Like there's like the little electronic things. It kind of
it adds up with what he was saying he was going for on here.
It really honestly that reminds me of Pavement too, like on Slanted Enchanted, you know? Like how all the songs end with like random like keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In this country, go tap, tap, wasting, bumming a cigarette. Do you want to sit and sing to me? Oh.
This sounds like a Bon Iver.
It really does. It's just quintessential indie rock is what it just hits all those buttons. And he's just a unique vocalist.
Yeah.
Play songs outside of the BBQ on 8th and 23rd. We've all been there.
No, in the music video, he's just like walking down the street in New York. Like,
hell
just
yeah.
Classic. Smiling, like hopping along.
Black Friday.
The combination of his voice and like his delivery is just like, it's funny and like heartfelt as well. It's amazing.
Drink with me in this country we go tap tap. Oh, cigarette. This is honestly the album that fully got me into the band.
Damn,
like that kind of convinced me to do this.
Really, wow.
this episode with you. I listened. I think this album cover stands out to me.
Yeah.
It's a funny album name, Count Bateman.
Yeah,
it's just silly.
Yeah.
But these first few tracks on here like fully caught my attention for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then I went back, listened to the first one and the second one. And I was like, okay, this is what Tugger's been talking about. I get it now.
Oh, nice,
Frog.
nice. Yeah. No, it's just such a world you can go into. Like,
Call me, let's get out this town. You know I'm down.
This is their top song on Spotify right now. And I don't know why, but it's a great song.
The first line even. All these people want our covers.
How'd your mom make up the flyers?
I was reading the article. He said like this was the weirdest track. Like he almost didn't put it on the album.
Yeah, it feels a little out of place, but it's pretty good.
Call me when you're feeling down.
It's so relatable.
It really is.
Call me when he's not around.
That's my favorite line on here.
Yeah.
Call me when he's not around. Call me. Let's get out of this town. Just like that generic phrase. Yeah. Count Bateman. This album. It holds up just as well, like even if it's a different band, like a different grouping of people. But
we're excited to see what they do next.
I'm hyped for the next Frog album.
Yeah.
Dan's got kids now. Like, what's he?
Yeah.
Can you still sing about being Pat Swayze at 4 a.m. and depressed like them bitches?
Yeah.
I think so. Who cares?
Probably will.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could do this. Thanks for diving in.
Hope we put some people on here.
Go dive in to the Frog Discog.
Yeah, and straight up, another time, go watch that Kings of Blood documentary. Even if you're not even a huge fan of the band,
it's like a 40-minute doc. It's
really simple and
doable.
It's really just like it's real as hell. You really get to see these people's true emotions. At that specific time of their lives. It hits hard.
Yeah, it's just like real people doing their thing,
recorded by
life, like
a single guy.
Yeah,
just Alex Coppola, the homie.
Coppola. Any relation to the Coppola family? Who knows?
Oh, certainly. Yeah,
it's gotta be. The guy with Coppola as the last name, making films.
Being a director, yeah.
Come on.
No, he's definitely. Yeah. For the outro, let's play. I don't even know. Oh, God. Yeah, I only know that first track, but let's just choose a random one. Ooh. Yeah. Lots to. We can go with I Don't Care If You Disrespect Me, just so
you love me.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, much love. Long live Frog.
Yeah. Let's get swampy together, y'all. Yeah. We're getting swampy in 2023. Simple as that.
Much love. Good night.
That was a good drum break. I feel like making love to all the men tonight.